Hey friends, this is Ashley from Uncommon Roots Homestead, and today we are over at the land saying hi to the horses and picking up the walnuts. We're gonna go say hi to the horses, and then we're gonna pick up all these walnuts. They're black walnuts, which means there's a lot of fun things we can do with them. Before, when we bought this acreage, so we have 14 acres. When we bought it back in March, we weren't really sure what was here. We knew that we have this, dream of homesteading and turning this into a place that's sustainable and where we can source our own food, and we're really passionate about that. But we didn't know if anything was here kind of existing, if there were any like legacy things that we were going to be taking over. So we were so excited this spring when we realized we have not only one walnut tree, but we have 4 walnut trees. And we also have a pear tree that was loaded with pears in the spring. Unfortunately, we did not take into account that the local deer population, as well as the squirrels, really enjoy pears. So when they were, about, I'd say, 2 weeks from harvest, the whole tree was wiped out. We went from, 100 pears to none. So next year we know better, and we're gonna try to set it up so we can actually have those pears. So yeah, really cool. We bought the property and didn't know what we had, and now we're harvesting something that was here even before us, and I think that's really cool. So the first thing we're gonna do is collect all of these walnuts, and then we're gonna talk about some of the things we're gonna do with them. So now that we have collected all of these walnuts, and we've got some more to pick up, we had to go get another bucket. But what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna take them home and we're gonna let them dry out a little bit more. These ones are still pretty fresh, straight off the tree. We didn't pick them, they've all fallen. It's generally best to wait for them to fall, but you kind of find the sweet spot. You gotta catch them after they fall, but before the squirrels get to them. But we're gonna let them dry out a little bit more, and then we're going to crack them all. And I'm gonna take all of the husks and I'm going to soak them in vinegar, I think, to make a dye. I'll follow up with how I end up doing that. I've looked at a couple of recipes, but I wanna get, a better idea of what I'm doing before I tell you all what to do. But then obviously we're gonna eat the nuts because walnuts are delicious. And how cool, one walnut tree and we've got hundreds of walnuts still left down there. And it's kind of cool.
The walnuts look more like a fruit, so it's like this greenish.
It almost looks like an apple, kind of. Like I just walked by and said, I wish that this was an apple tree. We're very excited about the walnuts, but I wish it was an apple tree.
But it's about the size of an apple, and then inside you find the walnut. I'll cut one open. Last time I did this, I cut the tip of my finger off.
Last time, literally, he was bleeding in the car. We had to leave immediately. So this seems like a great idea.
If there is like a parental warning on our video, that's why.
What's your hand look like? Yeah.
Not coming off.
Yeah, so that will stain. And if you, so that one was one that was like pretty ripe right off the tree. So it hadn't started to dry out. But if we find one that's a little bit more dry, you'll actually see they turn black. So the first thing that you have to do when you pick up walnuts is you have to husk them. So the easiest way to do that is going to be to like put them on some kind of plastic. Definitely put them on plastic. You're going to stain whatever you do this on. And then put like a board on top of them and then drive over the board with your car and crack all of those husks so that you can pull the walnuts out of the inside. Okay, well, before we log off, I have to show you the garlic that we planted is already sprouting. Let's take a look. I'm so excited about this. It looks so good. So I'm really excited. About 70% of the garlic that we planted has already started coming up, and we just planted it about a week ago. So it's really good. We want it to come up and sprout, and then when it gets cold, it's gonna go dormant, and it's gonna focus all of that energy on nice, big, juicy bulbs of garlic. And in the spring, we're gonna see that growth continue, and it's gonna get bigger. And then we're gonna be able to harvest in the early summer. So I'm so excited. I'm not seeing anything yet in this last bed here by the garage, but that's okay. It's early and we still might see it. I'm actually just seeing my onions pop up too. So super exciting. I know I won't be harvesting any of these things for a while, but got plenty of walnuts to hold us over. Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it.